Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? So exposing your exposing your childhood trauma that you blame your mother for, exposing that on national TV, that's good. That's pretty good for you, Chantel. You feel big about it, huh? You know, when you said, I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up. Well, you know what, Chantel? When you don't let up, you get done up. And you got done up. And you lucky security jumped in because Chantel, Jackie was about to give you a fade like no other. She has been holding it all together, episode after episode. It is episode 11. You've been coming for your mother for at least 9 of these episodes, and you got what you deserved. And I don't even think you got what you deserve, but I'll tell you one thing, it sure did humble your butt. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha, and let's get into another episode of Basketball Wives, season 12, episode 11. Aloha, BITs. How would you rate this week's episode, besties? It gets a 10. It gets a 10 from me. Honey, I was like, whoa. But drop down the comments, besties, and let me know what you thought about the episode. Please like my video since you're here and I'm your bestie. Like the video. I'm trying to get to 2,000. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel also, and make sure your notification bell is on, ding dong, so that you know each and every time I post my content. Now, child, it went down. Now, did you guys hear that Basketball Wives is struggling in the ratings department? And this may be the last of Basketball Wives. There will be no reunion because they don't want Chantel and Jackie on stage fighting. But I do. We need a part 2, honey. Oof. We need a part 2. They ain't done yet. Sometimes you got to go down low to build back up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to go down to the gutter, to build yourself back up. Now, whew, there'll be no reunion. Next week is the season finale, and this might be the last of Basketball Wives. Don't quote me on that, but that's just what I heard in the streets, okay? So let's get into this episode, baby. Woo! So the episode starts off, it's day 4, and Ming Lee is going to take the girls on a nature preserve excursion. This is the last day in Hawaii. They'll be going back to LA. So, you know, they're all on different vans going to the place. So, Evelyn says that she's trying to respect Brittany's religion, even when Brittany is calling everybody out their name, right? And so Brandy is like, you know, I just don't understand why Brittany goes to 1,000. Like she goes from nothing to something just that quick. And Ming Lee says, child, she be sitting there looking like a pot of boiling water. She be like, not a pot of boiling water. So Brittany is on the van and she's talking about how Brandy is trying to poke holes and question her religion and this, that, and the other. Well, yes, Brittany, because you are off the hook, evil, mean, your energy is off. And for somebody to be representing NT, and I said NT, any religion, you need to be, we would expect you to be upbeat, loving, open, smiling, happy. You supposed to be getting closer to God, girl. But you over here dark, mean, cussing, fussing, aggressive. But honey, she says that Brandy was the aggressor. Girl, please. And then Jackie says she just trying to be Zen. And then Chantel gonna say Jackie wants her to be on some rah-rah and be on 10 so she can call her a little kid. Baby Chantel, you have been on 10 since you got here. You've been rah-rah in every episode, honey. You have showed us that you are a little kid. What are you even talking about, honey? What are you talking about? And Chantel says she can't decide if she wants to let it rest or let it burn all the way down. Honey, Chantel, have you tried therapy? I'm just wondering. But you guys know what the tea is. Did y'all hear what the tea is? The other sister said that this storyline is fake, that Chantel is trying to take the sister storyline. Like this has nothing to do with Chantel. Chantel and Jackie don't have no smoke. It's the other sister, and Chantel and the other sister don't talk because the sister don't talk to. Seems like she don't talk to none of them. She's in her peaceful bond. She ain't the one. She came out to say that. She said she was going back into her cocoon. Leave her alone. But anyway, this is entertainment, and I was thoroughly entertained because, honey, if I knew all Jackie had to do was lump and thump her for her to become so humble, then this should have been done a long time ago. So they get to their destination and they split into groups. So it's Ty, Brittany, Chantel and Denise, they go ATVing. And the others, Jackie, Evelyn, Ming Lee, Jennifer, and Brandy, they go sit at the beach. Uh-huh. They tell Ming Lee that Ty is hurt by her getting that tattoo of that boy's name. And they was like, you ain't even trying to hide it or nothing. And she said, if I wanted to hide the tattoo, I would have put it on in my butt, on it or in it. But it was like, okay, girl, ooh, okay, thank you, ooh, ooh. Child, she said, I would have put it in the crack of my butt if I wanted to hide it. That's what she said. Brandy was like, well, yeah, but you flirt with her, so you ain't cool for that. And then Jennifer says, you give mixed signals. Yeah, you wrong. They holding her to the fire. I like that. So Ty tells the girl she's kind of thrown off with this tattoo because it came out of nowhere. And she's like, we talked about building a future together, having a kid, getting married, the house, the chicken, the picket fence, the horse, the cow, the ducks, the geese. Child, they was about to do it, okay? And she's like, what was real and what was fake? And so she's like, how do you address it? So Chantel, who has trauma and drama with her own mother, trying to give out some advice. Girl, you need to be quiet. But she tells her it's hard when the other person isn't being truthful. Uh-huh. Go off. So the ladies don't like it that Jackie keep walking away. They keep telling her, you keep walking away or you coward. And so Jackie is like, child, I'm trying to avoid what happened in Vegas. Okay. She said, if you talk to me nice, I'll talk to you nice, But if you coming at me, cussing at me, then I'm going to take it there. Now, we know that. Y'all need to leave Jackie alone because she's not being a coward. She's trying not to put her business on this network. That's why she said, if you want to talk, let's do it on my YouTube channel or on my talk show. Jackie is being the businesswoman. We're not going to sit here and put our business on here for VH1 to make the money. Come on my platform and let me make the money. Maybe she would give Chantel a percentage, but that makes sense. Shout out to Color Me Pink, who came up with that idea last week. And I told her that was a good point that Jackie was like, let me make my money over on my platform, not over here. Shout out to Color Me Pink. That's my girl. Um, Jackie tells the ladies, I want the best for you ladies. I love y'all. Evelyn said, even Chantel, she was like, more than the best for my daughter. Evelyn's like, yeah, but you've been deflected and walking away from the truth. Oh, Jackie had to remind Evelyn, baby, I am the queen, and that's what queens do. And Evelyn gonna call her a queen HOE, the garden tool. I was like, where did that come from? Why is you calling Jackie all out her name? And then Jackie called her a super garden tool. I was like, that was a good one, Jackie. And I was like, Jackie is chilling. Like, she ain't even, because a go, and I mean a go, pick whichever season, she would have been on top of Evelyn's head. Had to get my water, y'all. So they go back and forth and back again. And then they keep asking each other, like, was you selling your cooch? How much did you make? $10? I have never sold my coat. Back and forth and back again. Then Jackie tells Jennifer, and you sat there and let your long-headed butt, you let her sit up there and talk about you and call you all kind of names. And Jennifer's like, long-headed? My head is smaller than yours. Who are you calling long-headed? My head is very small, and this face getting into places you could never. I was like, okay. Jennifer been clapping back good this season. What has gotten into her, or who has gotten into her? Christian. Okay. So then Jackie gets up and she walks away. She does her famous walk away. But baby, I'm over here laughing because why do Jackie have jeggings on with a loose t-shirt and some tennis shoes at a beach in Hawaii going off doing some nature? Where are your shorts, Jackie? What's wrong? You got ugly legs, varicose veins. What's going on? You got hair you can't shave? What's going on? Why can't you wear shorts, a sundress? Why do you? What is going on, Jackie? I know you're dressing like your age, but you on vacation. You can put on some vacation clothes, honey. What did you pack? The ladies just feel like Jackie needs to shut up, sit down, and listen to Chantel. Because they say, this is what Evelyn keeps saying, Jackie is disgusting. Evelyn feels like she cares more for Chantel than Jackie does and says, they need counseling. And they do, individually and together. Ming Lee says Jackie shows up as a three-headed monster. And, they know that this is stemming from a 30-year-old buildup. It's some deep trauma, and it is. And so Ming Lee says the call is coming from inside the house. I was like, okay, yes. So I guess that means the problem is inside of Jackie. So Ty wants to make the talk between Jackie and Chantel happen. So, child, before dinner, Chantel and Jackie meet up to talk. Jackie is very open to this. She speaks to Shanny. Shanny doesn't speak back. So rude. So rude. How you gonna start talking when you won't even talk? Like you won't even speak. Like you can't come with all this smoke. How disrespectful and how stupid do you look? And you forever telling Jackie how she looks. What about how you look? You know what I'm saying? Like you've been holding on to this stuff for so long, Shanny. There comes a point in your adulthood where you have to take accountability and take care of yourself. If something happened, I'm going off my notes. If something happened to you, of course, we all kind of understand or try to figure out what you haven't said about what happened in your childhood. Sounds like you were M word. You were something was taken from you, maybe, or you were touched on or something. You didn't say, but there comes a point where you just Gotta heal yourself. You gotta take all that stuff and just do something with it. You gotta forgive. You gotta talk. You gotta talk again. If you gotta reason. You gotta. I don't think Jackie's that unreasonable. I don't. She might be a little delulu because of whatever happened in her childhood, but I think you would be able to get through to her some kind of way, even if it's through your father. But you, this trauma has taken away your adulthood. I'll say, Shani, you struggle with being an adult yourself. This has warped you. It has done something to you. It is not your fault, but at this age, you should be able to. You should have done something about it by now. That's all I'm saying. We can't help who our parents are, what the things are, what our grievances will be, but it is up to you to decide how to deal with it. So they sit down, she doesn't speak. And so Shannon just goes right in. So when we were in Vegas, did you not talk to me about Brandy the whole time? And Jackie is like, baby girl, let's talk about me and you. I came here to listen, and I ain't talking about that. And Chantel's like, the last three times you have walked away like a cowardly lion. I was like, that cowardly lion knocked you the out, didn't she? She wasn't no coward then. You better hush. You keep poking the cowardly lion. So Jackie is like, I didn't come to argue. I came to listen. And see what I'm saying? You missed it all the cues, Shanny. I did too. I'm not gonna tolerate your disrespect. What? She going, and I'm not afraid of you. Okay. And so Jackie was like, oh, goodness, my daughter is just like me. I'm not the 16-year-old Chantel. You can't bully me. And Jackie is like, she gets up and she is walking away like a cowardly lion. She tells Chantel, the teacher will appear when the student is ready. You're not ready. So then, of course, Shani is talking at her. Jackie says, she's been lying on me, insulting me, running me over. Don't disrespect me because I'm nice until I'm not. That's what Jackie told us. And so she's like, bye, bye, bye. And so Jackie's like, bye, I love you. Shannon's like, that's why your husband is going to leave you and your kids don't like you. Ooh. Now, like I know, you cannot talk about Doug to Jackie, honey. OMG. And if she was just a crappy, horrible mother and you mad at her because how she loves your dad, you should seek counseling. Like, you got to work these things out. If they, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad it ain't my mama. I'll say that. And I'm not putting all the blame on Shandy, but she's the blame for coming on this platform spraying Jackie like this. That we just gonna keep it from what we have been seeing the last 11 episodes. I'm not going back 30, 15 years ago what happened. We wasn't there. I don't know. Jackie ain't said, and I'm not a therapist. Okay, great. So Jackie's like, you sound silly and childish. So Jackie is over there waiting on the elevator, and it's just not coming. So she go find the stairs. So Shanny is following her throughout the, walking down the hallways to the stairs or whatever. And so she's telling her, I will violate you in front of everybody in this hotel. Girl, you sure talking a whole bunch of stuff, girl. And to your mother. Chantel's following Jackie, talking crap about Doug and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And so, Shani is back at the room with the big three crew. And so she talking her smack and her rah-rah to them. And, they sitting there listening. And, Brittany eating it up. And so she says, Jackie wants me to be perfect. around outsiders, and she wants to create this picture of a perfect family. And so Shannon is talking about when she was a kid, she experienced so much and she didn't feel safe around others, and she was scared to tell Jackie. And then when she did tell Jackie, Jackie would tell her she's lying. And she said things would have been prevented had Jackie believed what she was saying. And then she wonders a lot about how different things would be for her and her siblings had Jackie been, more of a mother to them. And that's sad. And so she tells them, the mental warfare was the worst. And they're like, what happened, girl? They want to hear everything. So she was like, she would tell us, clean your room before your dad gets here because you don't want him to kick you down the stairs. And she was like, my dad would never have kicked me down the stairs. And why would my mother say that? And she says, Jackie raised them out of, pump fear in them. That's how she raised them. I'm like, wow. Shanny says, she tried to give Jackie grace and, all this and all that because she's her mother. And she said, because, maybe she acts out from her childhood trauma. And it's like, you don't know anything about your mom's childhood. Like, you don't talk about it. Like, you guys don't go over to, like, have family gatherings and her siblings tell all her business of what happened when she was little. And the mama, your grandma chimes in and then your mama tells a story like she remembers it. Like, you don't do that. Like, you don't know nothing about your mom's childhood. Child. Has Carlos King interviewed Jackie yet? I think he has, huh? Somebody has interviewed her. I think it was Carlos, but we need somebody else. Somebody with more of a therapy background that can kind of ask the questions. But I don't know. Jackie might just lie. Jackie may lie. Okay, maybe we need one of her siblings to tell the truth, or a childhood friend, or an auntie. What y'all think about that? I need to get to the truth of Jackie's trauma, of her childhood. I mean, I want to get to Jackie's childhood. Child, Brittany crying because she's triggered. She feels her pain because she knows there's just no winning when you have a toxic mother, because she has a toxic mother. And she says she loves her mom, but she hates who she is. And I was like, that is a deep something to say. I love my mom, but I hate who she is. Wow. And she says it's just hard to deal with these old toxic mothers because they will die by the lie. I said, not Brittany dropping knowledge on us. So at dinner, child, Ty is mad. So she giving Ming Lee all the smoke about some ring, some M ring that Ming Lee gave her at the beginning of the relationship. So Ty, I was watching, but I wasn't tripping. I think Ty gave the ring to somebody, maybe like Brandy, to give back to Ming Lee. So she gave her M ring back and said she can give it to the dude whose name is tattooed on her. And Ty, Ty says she is tired of Ming Lee's lies. And, she says she play games. And so she feels like Ming Lee will feel a way now that she gave her that ring back because, she feels like she kind of bruised her ego. Child, I don't think Ming Lee is feeling no ways tired about that, you and that ring. So Shanny comes and joins the table and she tells him what happened earlier with her and her mom. And then she says that she probably shouldn't have said the part about Doug is going to leave her, but she says she didn't lie. She said that at her confessional, not at the table. She was telling that to us. And she just says that Jackie has painted this perfect picture of them and it's all crap. So the ladies are just shocked, like, they cannot picture Jackie without Doug at all. Evelyn gonna ask, will Jackie go back to the streets without Doug? Oh no, Evelyn, stop it. You stop it. So here come Brittany. She joins the group and she's crying and she's saying her piece to Brittany and the people at the table, all the ladies. And she's just like, don't judge my religion and da 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 da. And on my journey, I don't want to judge you. And I'm sorry I called you a doormat regarding you and Jason. And I don't want to judge you because I don't want you to judge me. And so Brandy says, do you feel that way about me now? And not because you don't want to be judged. Do you feel that way about me for real now? Like, you feel I'm a doormat for my husband? And so Brittany looks and she thinks about it. She says, no. Well, because I don't know you. And she's like, what am I judging you from? Like, we've never talked. And so she said, I also want to apologize to you for calling you a beep. And so Brandy was thinking about it. She's like, you know what? I've never heard an apology like this, but I'm going to go ahead and accept it because, she deserves grace. And I understand that she's trying to be better and she's backsliding as she's trying to be better, but Brandy gonna give her grace. So Ming Lee feels like her trip was a success, honey. She says Evelyn and Jennifer are coexisting together. She said Brandy and Brittany apologized to each other. And she said Chantel and Jackie had their talk. So she is happy. And so Ty is like, but I'm in the worst situation with you ever. She said that in her confessional. And she said, and so is Jackie and Chantel. But she's going to try and help them again. So after dinner, I didn't even see nobody eat. Did y'all? No one was eating. And so Ty tells Chantel that Jackie wants to see her. So Chantel goes to Jackie's room, honey. Cute dress that Chantel had on also. And so Jackie was like, tell me what's going on. And so Chantel is like, we're past that now. Oh, goodness. Then why are you here? Why is your little butt here? So they both feel like they didn't do nothing wrong, which is horrible. How are we going to move past this and talk when both of y'all feel like y'all ain't done nothing? So Chantel tells her that they will not be moving forward. They're not going forward. She's moving forward without her mother. And this will be their last conversation. So they go back and forth and back again about, if they had a great relationship. She's like, Shandy, we didn't have a great. No. Shandy feels like she's talking to the reality show Jackie and not her mother Jackie. She says there's two different Jackies and she's not getting the version she wants to talk to. So so Jackie is like saying, we didn't have a problem before these cameras got to rolling. And Chantel's like, we didn't. She was like, no. And so Chantel's like, this is so sad. So Jackie tells her, yeah, I thought you was going to come in here so you could clear your name up. Chantel's like, clear my name up? Clear my name up? What do you clear my name up? And so Jackie is on her phone because she is like, this girl is just getting so dramatic. And so Chantel tells her, well, you can record this conversation. And Jackie's like, I'm not recording this. She said, yeah, record it and run it back to Dad and Douglas and then continue to lie to them. And Jackie's like, will you stop? She was like, no. So Jackie said, well, Jackie gets up. She said, well, leave my room. Bye-bye. Love you. You look cute, sweetie. I love the way you're exiting. That's a good exit. Shani is walking to the door. Bye, sweetie. Good night. Chantel says, be well. Okay, I will. So Chantel is at the door and she turns around because she's still talking crap. She tells Jackie, look at yourself as a mom. Look at yourself. You look stupid. What? So Jackie gets up off that couch and she said, get out of my room. Warning number 1, get out of my room. Chantel puts her hand on Jackie's arm and pushes her. Child, Jackie popped a mess out of her in her face. Just pop, pop. She gave her a 2-piece, maybe not a 2-piece, just a 1-piece. She gave her a 1-piece, and all you heard was, B, I'll knock you out. Ooh. And all I heard out of Shanny's mouth was, you dumb ASSBI. That's the end of it. Call dad, Jackie. Call dad. And it's like, what is that about? Why every time y'all get into it, y'all got to pull Doug into it? Security had to get involved. The lady security is putting Jackie in the bedroom. Jackie went into the bedroom because she wasn't, fighting. She hit her and she was like, all right, cool. So she goes in the bedroom and calls her son, and she's telling her son what's going on. And she's telling Dougie she's out of control. And, this, that, and half. And so production is trying to get, Miss Chantel out of the room. And so production asked Jackie, about what happened in the hotel room. Sorry, y'all. And so Jackie's like, I'm not going to talk about anything Chantel. I'm not doing it. So Chantel goes back to the ladies, Evelyn, Jen, and Brandy, and tell them that Jackie hit her. I didn't see anything on her face. She was trying to show them some place above her lip. Nothing was out of sorts. It wasn't one hair out of place. Wasn't one nail broken. It wasn't one tooth in her hand. She had all her teeth in her mouth. Her mouth wasn't bleeding. Lip wasn't busted. Nose wasn't busted. Eye wasn't black. Girl, a cheek wasn't even red, hot pink, or magenta. That girl ain't, I don't think Jackie hit her in the, she didn't hit her in her face. And I rewound the hit, and it really can't, it looked like she hit her, but did she really hit her, y'all? I mean, look at it more than once. What do you guys think? I saw it a few times. I guess she hit her, of course, because they were so close, in range, but I don't think whatever it did humble her because she was so quiet and so humble. Yes, she hit me right here. And oh my God. So, child, Brandy thinks Jackie is spiraling. Evelyn again, it's disgusting. Only God can help them. Shani is crying and she says, she's leaving Hawaii mourning this loss. And it's like, girl, this is a mess. I don't know what's going to happen next week. And I don't know. It's like, wow. I haven't been wowed in so long by a reality show. But it's really like, Chantel, you've been asking for this. And she gave you what you wanted. This is what you needed. You've been acting like a spoiled brat the whole season. Honey, and all the comments, y'all, everybody is saying that Chantel is in the wrong. I have read so many comments. Let's see, y'all. Oh wait, my friends, let me see. I tried to hit it. What happened? Okay, here go a few comments, honey. They said Chantel deserved it. Ain't no money in the world. Ain't enough money in the world for me to go on national television and disrespect my mom. They should have never gave Chantel this platform. Jackie should have knocked her head through the washer and dryer. I saw Jackie walking past, but the girl pushed her and got bopped, as she should. And if I was Jackie, I'd show up to the reunion in Timberlands and braids to the back to handle everybody. Somebody else said Jackie was 100% right. So somebody else said Chantel will have bad luck for disrespecting her mother. And this one I like. Chantel is everything she's saying her mother is. Didn't I tell you that? Somebody else said Jackie is not wrong. If she hates her mom so much, why even come on the show? She told Chantel to leave. Chantel went to the door, came back and pushed her mom, then cried when Jackie put her hands on her. Yeah, and then you notice when she went downstairs and told the girls that her mother hit her, she never once said that she pushed her mother first. Your mother reacted to you. You pushed your mother, Chantel. You failed to tell Brandy, Evelyn, and Jennifer that in Ming Lee. You forgot to tell them that part that you pushed her. Yep, you pushed that lady. You provoked her. You punched. You poked the bear. You talked about the cowardly lion, and it attacked you. And we know it was awful how she grew up, but at a certain time in your adulthood, you have to take responsibility for it how it's harming you. You have to decide that you're gonna stop. Because who's gonna stop the trauma in the experience? You have to work that out through counseling. You can't just walk around here mad and just fussing and cussing and raising all kind of sand and poking at your mama and just like go get help. Go get help. But nonetheless, it was a mess. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. So drop down the comments and let me know. And don't forget, besties, to like the video. And I'll be back with another recap. Bye, besties.